मिलावा जा से पहला है मुबारकबाद दो हैं कितने जियो
Introduction. I standing here, I am a colleague of the writer whom we are observing her work today. I'm Hamis Raja from Muslim Academy, the primary school. I just want to request Sister Ferzana, who is our host, just to stand and wave. Thank you very much. May I also make a request, the father and the mother to stand up and just wave. Thank you very much. Without wasting time, I want to welcome Madame Millicent, who is going to make a presentation about the importance of write-ups, or rather, importance of writing.
We are all present here today to support and appreciate the work of our very own Asian African writer, Ms. Ferzana. Before we proceed to to the main activities of this event, it is essential that we remind ourselves as to why we are here and understand the impact and role of a writer. Ladies and gentlemen, who's a writer? A writer is an artist with very high level of creativity and critical thinking, and this drives him or her to express themselves in writing. Writers and their work are essential to a society. Without a writer, the world would not have evolved into what it is today. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, writers have contributed from time immemorial for the advancement and progress of a society, and they shall, throughout, continue to use their pen for the betterment of the society. We may also ask ourselves, how do writers contribute to the society? First of all, writers are leaders, they are educators, historians, entertainers, and much more. All work produced by writers always have a moral or a lesson for the society. For instance, writers are the silent artists who move the masses. They demonstrate and use the power of word to influence other people. For instance, Voltaire and Rousseau, through their writing, influenced the masses towards liberation and freedom from oppression in France. They were instrumental in the French Revolution. Writing provides a forum for our voices to be heard and felt, and this enables the desired message to hit the target audience. Patriotic authors like Khalid Hosseini bring out issues affecting Afghanistan today and is creating awareness regarding critical issues in his native country. Authors show us the flavor of time. Their work is historic. For instance, Vasanji, E.M. Foster, and Margaret Ogola like to narrate the life and phases of different countries from colonial era to date, taking us through the experiences experienced during the days of segregation, racism, and cultural clashes, to days of freedom, independence, and a new era. Writers keep their era alive for future generations so that our children can understand what we really were and what we stood for. For instance, today we relish ancient works of previous generations, beginning from ancient times where we had philosophers and Maharishis who wrote the Rig Veda, Mahabharata, and epic poems from India, to Greek philosophers like Socrates and Aristotle, to medieval era, where we have authors like Geoffrey Chaucer and Shakespeare, and even to modern day, where we have authors, including our very own Miss Ferzana. Therefore, writing keeps eras alive and has become a reference point for mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, writers have also been critiques and have pointed out the faults and weaknesses of systems in our society, like Matigari of Ngugi wa Thiong'o, Fasting Feasting of Anita Desai, who bring out taboos, stigmas, corruption, and many societal issues and fight them in their writing. They display what everyday life is really like. Through their eyes, we are able to synthesize, deduce, and analyze so much content. They take us into the lives of the characters, and we laugh, cry, and rejoice with our characters in these books. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of us who like adventure, there are authors who can take you through a fun-filled experience. Those who go through, there are authors who take us through a fun-filled experience where we go through extraordinary situations, and this makes our heart beat at every line we read. For instance, The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Around the World in 80 Days, The Odyssey, and many more which leave the reader yearning for more adventure. Writers can also be entertainers, like J.K. Rowling, Stephanie Meyer, who take us through a trip to dark magical world, where you have intriguing vampires with gripping love stories, like in the famous Twilight Saga, a Harry Potter who will take you through a thrilling journey into the Wiccan realms. These books have been read by so many that today they're among the international bestsellers, and we even go to the cinema to watch them as motion pictures that we cherish and we enjoy. Had it not been for the work and perseverance of these writers who had a powerful imagination, today we would not have such sensational saga of their writing. Through writing, we are also exposed to unique facets of our society, which we have not given much thought to. For instance, Miss Coker, in her novel, Wild Hearts of the Savannah, has come up with a unique piece of work showing the Asian way of life in Africa. This is something which the locals might not have known much about, but through Miss Coker's writing, many interesting aspects of the community and their lifestyle will come to light. We will get to read and appreciate the Asian community, their culture, and know much more about their family value. This novel will be a gripping, adventure-packed entertainer from an Asian perspective, and will give the Kenyan audience something they might not have come across before. It is among the unique contributions to Kenyan literature and a work we must have in our home libraries. Dear friends and well-wishers, there's much to say in regards to writers, but we don't have a whole day. Therefore, I wish to conclude by saying that writers are indeed a vital aspect of the society. They are the silent geniuses who invent wonderful works for us that we cherish and we find useful, yet we have not given them much credit. I would therefore like to call on all of us here to give tribute to all writers who have been, who are, and who will be for their commendable work, which we'll always have with us through generation to generation. And we also encourage those of us present here today to take the cue and also begin to write. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a big hand to all the writers and to our very own Miss Ferzana.
Thank you very much for your insight, Madam Vincent. Madam Vincent is a teacher of English in the high school, Muslim Academy in the high school. I just want to add a great writer, the grandfather of African literature, Chinua Achebe, talks about writing as it is the storyteller who makes us what we are, who creates history. The storyteller creates the memory that the survivors must have. Otherwise, the surviving would have no meaning. So, thank you very much, Madam Coker, for your effort. Allow me now, at this juncture, we are talking about Sister Ferzana Coker. And maybe you don't know who she is. So allow me to give a detailed profile about Sister Ferzana Coker. Ferzana Coker is born to a Muslim couple of the Asian origin. Her father, Mr. Shakur Coker, was a long-serving Kenyan civil servant. The mother, Mrs. Nasim Coker, a professional teacher, served as a deputy at Maulada Nursery School, and later as a teacher at Parkview Academy. Allow me from the very onset to give another detailed lineage of Sister Ferzana Coker. The writer Ferzana Coker's family moved to Kenya from India during the 1800s to build the railway and later set up businesses. Sister Ferzana's maternal grandfather, a pioneer surveyor of the Mombasa-Nairobi Road, while her paternal grandfather served the British Army as an officer in the Second World War, based in Yemen. The maternal grandfather, the late Muhammad Sadiq's sketches and artistic work was exhibited at the Asian African Heritage Exhibition at the National Museum of Kenya in 2011. He also featured in Cynthia Salvador's book entitled Settling in a Strange Land. From this background, we can visualize a young Asian writer who has been inspired by the achievements of her ancestors. Sister Ferzana Coker is a graduate from the Catholic University of East Africa with a bachelor's degree in education and literature in English. She has worked as a high school teacher at Aria Girls Secondary School and was the director and choreographer for Indian cultural plays, songs, and dances. You can see Professor Dupat is right there from the choir, and his sister is also right there. This is one of your own. She later moved to the Muslim Academy, where she received a series of promotions from subject teacher to head of department for language, deputy head teacher, and finally head teacher of the high school, the girls' secondary school. Madame Ferzana Koka has been a talented teacher and introduced her passion for writing to the school, Muslim Academy, by founding the Journalism Club, which was part of the first development project for initiating professional journalism in a high schools in Kenya, under the auspices of Holland East Africa Economic Foundation and Journalists for Media Development in Kenya. She inspires several outgoing students every year towards journalism, philosophy, and creative writing. Madame Ferzana and her journalism club are instrumental in creating and publishing the school annual magazine, and are always working enthusiastically to come up with more interesting write-ups and articles. For information, last year we had a very nice school magazine, which she was the main initiator. She's a trainer, a facilitator who holds seminars and workshops for students, and is constantly on the move to cover school events with her team. Our students look up to her as a role model, and she has touched the lives of many who have passed through her hands. And not only her current students, but several ex-students from Muslim Academy, as well as her previous work station. Some are present here today to support and celebrate her achievements. Where are the Muslim girls students? Can you cut up your hands? I saw a number of girls. They're right there. Can you clap for them? Thank you very much. And I know a number of staffs are also right there. At the back, I can see Mr. Biduda. I can see Mr. Yahya. I can see Mr. Lawrence. I can see Lynette and several others. Thank you very much for your support. Madame Foka started writing when she was a final year student at the university. It took the book Wild Hearts of the Savannah 5 years to evolve into a story, as it was inspired from true events and creative thinking that have been interwoven into a story. As a committed artist, she dedicated a lot of her time to this project, and her dream has finally been realized. Alhamdulillah. Wild Hearts of the Savannah is indeed a unique story, coming from a Kenyan Asian author, as it is the first novel by a female Asian writer. It is a story meant to be enjoyed. So you go into the annals of history. You are the first female Asian writer. It is a story meant to be enjoyed, and a book that will keep you wanting to know more. As I was just reading the book a few minutes ago, I got so much glued to it. I wanted to continue and continue. The artistic, stylistic devices that she has used, which leaves a lot of suspense, has actually made me continue reading and reading. But because of the time, I had to shelve it right there. This is a story of the fourth generation of Kenyan Asians, and is a blend of various themes, from light romance to strong adventure, family values and ties. It celebrates the beauties of Africa, in particular our country Kenya. It brings to light the way of life in the African Asian community, and is a proud declaration and celebration of the existence of Asians in Kenya. I knew very little about the Asian community. I've served in this school for the last 20 years, but I knew very little. But with this book, I'm very sure I'll have to know more and more. Thanks for Sister Ferzana Koka. Ferzana Koka is currently pursuing master's degree in literature at the same Catholic University. Inshallah soon she will be a professor. Inshallah, inshallah. As the next step after master's is a PhD, and knowing Madame Ferzana, she won't stop until she becomes a professor. As talented as she is, being a young headmistress, managing a secondary school, pursuing masters, began working on her next writing project. I wonder how, Madam, you are able to multitask. I did my degree at KU, but I've gotten scared to continue studying, and I wonder how you're doing it. MashaAllah, keep it up. Wish Sister Ferzana all the best in her creative writing pursuits. May Allah give you the strength to continue with this wonderful work. With this kind of introduction, allow me to invite a short entertainment, an Indian dance. I want also to recognize the presence of the Hindu community right here with us. Please, can you give another hand clap as they come on the stage? Next on the program, I want to invite our chief guest, Sister Vidya Chandrashek. We worked with her for about 2 years as she served as the head mistress of Muslim Girls, the girls' secondary school. Now she is at Aryaveli. So welcome, Sister Vidya.
Distinguished chairman and members of Islamia Madrasa Society, members of the Sunni Punjabi organization and all other communities, the Catholic University of East Africa fraternity, members from various media groups, and all the protocols observed. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. When Ms. Ferzana Coker invited me to be the chief guest at the launch of her book, Wild Hearts of the Savannah, I couldn't help but think back to the time, years ago, when we used to work together at Muslim Academy, and I noticed how gifted she was with speech and artistic expression. I remember telling her that someday, given her talents and the hard work she puts into everything that she does, she is sure to scale great heights. And now here we are, a few short years later, she has achieved great success in her career. Through her hard work and commitment, not only has she become a head teacher in the years since, but she also has become an icon of creativity through her endeavors in the field of writing. Audience guests, I'm very sorry I had not been well for the past few days. If my voice croaks, I think you should all excuse me for that. It gives me a great pleasure to be here at the behest of this bright and talented young lady. During my tenure at Muslim Academy as a head teacher, I saw Ms. Ferzana taking the lead to establish the journalism club under the banner of foreign organization. She participated in what was the first development project of its kind, carried out by members from Polish organization and journalists for media development in Kenya. I knew that she was one of her best teachers, but it was her keen interest in writing that made me decide to give her the journalism project. This was a huge responsibility considering how it extended to an international level. I felt she was the best candidate to take up the project, and indeed she proved to be, as she carried it out with so much grace, and she made myself and the school proud of her achievement. Thanks to her input, the students won gold medals in creative writing, journalism and photography, and were personally awarded by Her Excellency the Ambassador of Poland, Anna Grupinska, and her team. And students were awarded opportunities to study in Poland. Ms. Ferzana was also instrumental in more positive developments in the school. In fact, she was a pioneer teacher of English as a first language, as initially we were teaching English as a second language. But with the initiative of Ms. Ferzana, we were able to set up English as a first language in the school, and ever since students have been excelling in the subject. Today, she has not only made the Asian community proud, but has made a nation proud of her achievements. Although there have been other Asian authors who have made contributions to the literary field, she is a frontrunner in the diverse genre that she has chosen to work with. This book sets a different trend as it is breaking a monotony and diversifying from usual historical or political texts and exposing us to a totally different genre of entertainment where there has previously been a gap. I have attended many such events, but never seen an event where a writer has received so much support from her community. Well-wishers, her students, colleagues, and Catholic University fraternity who are here in huge numbers to grace the occasion. For her first novel, this is very positive development, and I would like to encourage Ferzana to keep up the good work and continue writing and inspiring more people. Wild Hearts of the Savannah is a story about 5 inseparable childhood friends, as Mr. Hamisi has just pointed out. Farah, Kais, Kamran, Asad, and Ronan. It is a story about friendship between the 5 friends and how they indulge in colorful social activities, safaris, and adventures in the African savannah. It is a story of love, Kais's unreciprocated feelings for Farah, and Farah's inexplicable attraction towards the enigmatic Shamiran from Britain. It is a story of fate, how Farah and Shamiran are drawn further towards each other as together they face a dangerous enemy. And it is a story of adventure set in the beautiful backdrop of the wild African bush. Ms. Ferzana has been working on perfecting Wild Hearts of the Savannah for more than 5 years. Let me tell you, it takes much hard work and dedication to come up with a voluminous book such as a 400-page novel like hers. Many people often feel discouraged to write as the process is not easy. Every line you write needs to be carefully thought out and well expressed. Every sentence, every word has to be thoughtfully crafted to produce a certain effect. Character development, plot structure, and other elements of style have to be in harmony to produce a vibrant novel. There is so much that goes into this process. Therefore, it's a tough journey which is filled with challenges and requires a lot of mental effort and willpower. The courage displayed by Ms. Ferzana to come up with such a creative, unique and gripping story is to be commended. It is an entertainer which she has created with careful observation coupled with critical thinking and an ever-powerful imagination. She has brought in strong elements of Africa, used vivid language to describe its beauties. She touches on the Asiatic values of friendship, love and adventure. She has produced a rich and well-thought-out story filled with twists, turns that really make for an incredibly wonderful novel that has been cleverly written and crafted. The result of your hard work is right here in this book, Ferzana, an enduring legacy of your talent and your commitment in a highly competitive industry. Its publication is a real credit to you. Therefore, it is with great pleasure that I launch Wild Hearts of the Savannah here this evening. I would now like to request every member of the audience to appreciate and support Ms. Ferzana by purchasing a copy of her brilliant novel and get it signed by her, as I myself plan doing when we come to the end of the program. I would like to wish you the very best, Ferzana. May you continue to write and publish more such lovely works. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your presence, your time and your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers to Wild Hearts of the Savannah. Sorry I misspelled your name. I'll not do that again. once I launch and read the book. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Vidya. I think the message is very clear. We are not here just to talk, but we are here to at least live here with the book that we are talking about. So please make a commitment as we finish the launching to live with a book. I want now, we've been talking and talking, I want us to hear from the horse's mouth. And allow me now to welcome Sister Ferzana Koka. Can you give her a big clap? We want her to tell us exactly what made her get into writing of books and her dream in future.
Thank you, Mr. Hamisi. Good afternoon, the chief guest, Mrs. Vidya, the chairman, IMS, Mr. Munir Chaudhary, and board members, the Catholic University of Eastern Africa Fraternity, QUEA, the Sunni Punjabi organization, friends, relatives, students, and well-wishers from different communities. I am so very excited and glad that you have all come to support and encourage me on my first book launch, for which I am most grateful. Dear friends, my novel is based on a new concept, as there have been many books by Asian writers before on migration, politics, and history. But Wild Hearts of the Savannah is a totally new genre, as it is a romantic, adventurous, fictional novel based on certain true events. It is therefore a new contribution to Kenyan Asian literature, as it fills a literary gap and sets a new trend in writing. When you read through The Wild Hearts of the Savannah, you will see the way of life of the fourth generation Kenyan Asians and follow them through their adventures in the wilderness of Africa and be a part of their intriguing safaris. Through the eyes of the protagonists, you will get to see what the Asian cultural festivities are like and how we celebrate them. The pace of our lives as the young generation of Kenyan Asians is very fast and dynamic and is reflected in the book, as the characters are very vibrant and always engaged in some interesting activity. The novel also covers the aspect of insecurity and the dilemma faced by people today. Farah, who is Kaz's love interest, is a character who is larger than life and is strongly attracted to Shamiran, a charismatic foreigner from Britain. As you read about Farah and her journey to find her true love, you will come across several twists and turns and find yourself caught up in the midst of a powerful love triangle and a lot of action. So be ready to experience a thrilling tale of adventure and danger. Many of my friends, Many of my friends and acquaintances have asked me as to how and what made me craft this novel. And today, I'd like to answer their questions by saying that it has taken Wild Hearts of the Savannah over 5 years to come to completion. I started writing it when I was a final year student at the Catholic University of Eastern Africa. The exposure and education at the university widened my horizons as a writer and enabled me to create this novel. The key aspirations for the creation of Wild Hearts of the Savannah have been my parents, who in their younger years had a passion for hunting and excursions in the wilderness. They exposed me to a lot of outdoor safaris and activities, including trekking, camping, game drives, fishing, bush life, and much more that has formed a platform for my writing. Another important source of inspiration are my fun-loving brothers, Imran and Rehan, and friends who are equally adventurous and share the same passion for the wilderness. We have had a lot of adventures in the bush and made some memorable safaris which inspired me to write. This book not only follows the Kenyan Asians, but brings in a revival of the glorious past. In particular, the Middle Eastern and Oriental icons like Gaz, who is a modern-day avatar of the legendary Majnun, who inspired the Sufis and the romantic genre of Asiatic literature. There is hence rich symbolism which will unfold as you read this novel. My journey as a writer has been very long and challenging, as it was not easy to come up with a 400-page novel. I had to do a lot of critical thinking, observation, and even research to produce such a voluminous novel. I had to dedicate a great amount of time to my work and made a commitment to at least try and do 1 page a day. There were times when I would feel inspired and even do hours of writing that would stretch into the night. In the process, I also attended many seminars and trainings on writing that inspired me further and gave me the literary skills I needed. A notable workshop I attended was a writer's training seminar organized by Kwani, which really helped me shape my novel. And I'd like to encourage some of my friends from Kwani who are here today to keep up their good work and continue holding more trainings for young writers. This novel has been fashioned to suit the modern way of writing as per what I learned, and is a new way of expressing oneself. The writing style and expressions are therefore different, so it is very much unlike the conventional school of thought, as it starts in the action and reveals an ongoing conflict in the mind of Gaz, the protagonist. So be prepared for a new experience in reading. At the same time, I'd like to add that this is a self-published novel. I have practically done everything by myself, including initiating the publishing and launching it on my own. I didn't want to wait to get published traditionally and waste more time, so I decided to self-publish. Therefore, I look forward to your support by purchasing the book, as this is my first attempt and a bold step for a budding author. I would be very happy to autograph for those who would like me to do so. Today, we will not only be launching my novel, but also my personal website as the author of Wild Hearts of the Savannah. All my fans who feel that they still want to know more about me are welcome to access my website at www.ferzanacocker.com. We'll show it soon. Please log on to my web pages to find out more about the background to the novel and my history and many more details that I have not gone through here due to time constraints. There is also a suggestion to turn this novel into a movie or TV serial, and we are looking into this prospect, which again is a very involving process. for which we will need sponsors in order to turn this into reality. If you have any suggestions and ideas, please contact me through my website. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge all of you present here today. I owe my gratitude to the Catholic University of Eastern Africa Fraternity for being so supportive. They have even published me on their university website as a student author. Which is an honor for me. Thank you so much, Quea. Thank you so much. Especially my HOD, Sister Lucy. Sister Lucy, are you there? Thank you. The English, that's Sister Lucy, HOD English Department. Thank you. The English Department lecturers, thank you so much. And the Office of the Vice Chancellor from Quea, plus my student friends from Quea. Are you there, student friends from Quea? Yes, thank you, thank you. You have all been very wonderful. I would also like to appreciate the following messers: Khalid Dar, SPO Chairman, Najib Deen, Faisal Malik, Arshad Khan, Tarak Khwaja, and the entire Sunni Punjabi organization for assisting me with the publicity and invitations for this event, including the SPO members from the community who are present here today. Thank you to the chairman of IMS, Mr. Munir Chaudhary. Mr. Munir Chaudhary, please wave. Thank you. Yeah. And the IMS members who are also present here among us for their presence here. Thank you. Many thanks to my colleagues, Mr. Hamisi, our MC, Miss Millicent. Mr. Hamisi, are you there? Show yourself, please. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Miss Millicent and the Muslim Academy teachers, coordinating team, and student officials who have lent a helping hand for today's event. Also special thanks are due to Mrs. Vidya and the Arya Vedic School management and students for their colorful dances. You will still get to see some more. Let me not break the suspense. I would like to single out Mr. Alauddin Qureshi for his write-up about this book launch in the Sunday Nation last week. I'd also like to appreciate all the guests who are present here today and thank them for their time and presence. Lastly, a big thank you to my mom and dad, my brothers Imran and Rehan, my sister-in-law Faria, and close friends for being there for me and for everything they have done to make this event a memorable one. Thank you one and all for taking time out to be with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. After the VC from Quea, Catholic University of East Africa, Professor John. Feel welcome. At this juncture now, we want to do the most important event, the book launch. So allow me to invite our chief guest and our host, our writer, the young sister Ferzana Koka. You come to the stage. It will also follow with the launch of the website. May I request Mr. Lawrence to come forward? So our chief guest will cut the ribbon as a mark of the book launch. Mr. Lawrence has been instrumental also in the designing of the website. And Mr. Lawrence is also our colleague in the high school. Dombe is our technician in the school, the lab assistant, trying to help out. After the website launch, we shall have a dance. So the little girls, prepare yourselves. I think in the speech of host, she mentioned that she was not able to give all the details. But with the website, you can actually get all the information that you want to know about our writer, Sister Ferzana Koka. There are those icons right there, the author's biography, the books, the gallery, where there are photos, the contacts, all that you can actually access. There is the book synopsis, where she tried to give the plot, but it wasn't all detailed. But you can get all the information right there. And we are saying bye now. I believe we are quite a number here, so if we go with one copy, it will be easy for her to be able to go on with the next project. Just roll it down. You can see even the photo there shows that she was right in the Savannah. I think it's now the time for the chief guest to do the launch of the website. The world has gone digital, and now you can see even the launch is digital. There is the author's edited. It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our chief guest, can you clap for her? It's already done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. May I now take this opportunity to welcome the dance, the little girls. Thank you very much, little girls. They make us happy, isn't it? Give them another good clap. Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to welcome the personal assistant, VC, Catholic University of Eastern Africa, Dr. John Nyambega. Welcome.
Good afternoon, all of you. I hope I'm loud enough. Can you hear me at the back? On behalf of the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, we need and we truly and sincerely appreciate Ferzana for what she has done. She has made history in our place. Our university, which is now 30 years old, the person who has hit the target of the vision on how it was founded, she has gone to that book of history that she has achieved it. And for that, we appreciate her very much. Truly, the university came into place mainly to to train people to serve their nations, to train quality personnel to lead a transformative life for the good of everybody, to make an impact in society. And in our 30 years of existence, we have had now one of our students, these former students are now still pursuing a master's, going ahead to publish what will last for generations and generations again, reading it, referring to it, and holding the name of our institution high. For that, we truly appreciate you, Ferzana. We also recognize that it took 5 years to do this writing. That shows your commitment, your resilience, that you are a person of a kind. It's rare that you can sustain one item that long. Most of us have no patience, we lose hope very fast, we are discouraged, and to have kept on for 5 years to publish this wonderful book is indeed telling us a lot of the qualities that are lay hidden in you. And so you're a unique person, you're a special person. As a university, we share your glory today. You have held us in high esteem. On the second part, looking at the content of the book, it's indeed a challenge to us that we need to retrace our history. We need to recount our experiences that we make in life. Talking about being in the diaspora, away from the Asian world, living in Africa, maintaining the culture, capturing the experiences and recording them. You did not just highlight the Asian community, you also brought into life the African community as well, where the story is written. So you told more about us and revealed more about our people. So this is indeed a special book, not only for the Asian community, but really for everybody. And in particular, on what you have said, that it should be taken to the level of being a play or a TV series. That is how we should go. And I tell you that the university will wish to support something like that. Because I think most people nowadays don't read much. We watch TV more. What's more visual goes far. So if we take it that level, it can actually last. Lastly, the real value of education is not imparting so much knowledge into the child, pouring knowledge into them, but really enabling them to utilize the little they have gained to do greater things. And from your experience, Ferzana, you learned this skills, as you have said, got the writing skills from the university in your final year, joined some group of writers, the little information you had has enabled you to do more. So for those of us who are here as teachers, I think you have seen now the experience from her, that we should actually try to tap the talents in children, try to build them to reach bigger glory and bring out what's in them. Not just feeding them with knowledge, but showing them how to utilize the knowledge that they have received. So with that, I appreciate you once more. I appreciate your parents, and I thank those who accompanied you all the way. And on behalf of my friends who are here, my colleagues from work, who I introduced earlier, Professor John Lukota, Sister Lucy, I tell you that we are all overjoyed. And the Vice Chancellor himself said that he shall invite her to the university where we shall appreciate her and talk to her before the staff and students. So I would have come with a gift, but he desires that you get the gift back at home so that you can challenge the other students to emulate what you've done. Thank you very much.
I was just coming to the end of the program, but it's important that we also recognize the chairman, Islamia Madras Society, our father, Mzee Munir Chaudhry, to come and say a few words. Brother Munir Chaudhry took office a few months ago, and we are seeing a lot of great improvement in the school.
Assalamu alaikum. Chief guest, this video, Ferzana's parents, chairman of Sunni Punjabi organization, ladies and gentlemen. I met Ferzana some years back in my office, but she never mentioned to me that she is in the process of writing a book, which will be published after a couple of years. And I assured her that when she came to see me, I said, do not worry, we have a vacancy in our institution, and inshallah we'll do whatever is best for you. Eventually she was given a job, and again she never mentioned whenever I used to meet her that she's about to complete the book. And it's only I think about 2 weeks back she mentioned to me that please come attend my function. I said, what function? Please, are you getting married? And she said, no, I'm launching my book, and please come over. Ferzana, you have done a great job, and to achieve this object in such an early stage of one's life, I think it is a great achievement. I wish you all the best, and keep on writing, because writing is the best way of conveying one's feelings, one's message to the world at large. And inshallah God will help you. At the same time, I would like to request our ex-chairman, Mr. Wasim Bhat, if he would like to convey, if he'd like to say a few words. No, I think it is very important, because in our institution we have ignored our vice, our previous chairmen from coming forward and saying a few words to the community. And I request you, please, if you can. Mr. Wasim Bhat he was the chairman of Muslim Academy for a number of years, and he happens to be also my brother-in-law. Thank you very much. I'm so grateful to you for giving the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Munir Chaudhry, for giving me this opportunity to say a few words. God gave me the opportunity to serve Muslim Girls School at that time, now called Muslim Academy, for over 7 years in different capacities. I was the chairman of Board of Governors for 4 years, also the chairman of IMS for about 4 years, for which I thank the organization for giving me the opportunity. I have also a book in my favor. I write poetry. That book was launched many years ago, 12 years ago or so. And I know how a writer feels when the book is launched. It's a very happy and memorable day for a writer who works hard, as she has already said, 5 years. And that is where then the actual power of writing comes into. If you wait, you are not in a hurry. There are certain writers these days who would like to have a book published in 6 months. Number of books written by a writer does not necessarily make a writer a bigger writer. It is what is written even if in a small book. That is what I have seen and I have practiced. I published my book after 34 years of writing. And that gives you an opportunity to go through the text again and again. Because once a book is published, then it becomes the property of the people. I congratulate Ferzana for being patient, for 5 years to complete a novel. I have not yet read it. I can't comment on that. But I will read it. And maybe my comments at the later stage I will convey to her. But it's an achievement for her, for her family, for our community, and I congratulate her and her family on this big achievement. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Quite many. Allow me also to acknowledge the presence of Brother Said Chaudhry. Said Chaudhry standing right there. Maybe we just wave. Is the Assistant Secretary, Islamia Madrasa Society. At this point in time, I wish to invite Brother Khalid to come and pass a vote of thanks, and thereafter we shall get into the purchasing of the book.
Assalamu alaikum. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm honored to be standing before you to give a vote of thanks to all those who have been behind Ferzana to make her dream come true. Firstly, Ferzana, on behalf of the Sunni Punjabi organization and the Punjabi community, a great big congratulations. It is indeed a proud moment for Ferzana and the Punjabi community. Let us all put our hands together and give her a big round of applause she deserves. As a community, we are proud to have Ferzana as one of us, and I'm sure that she is a role model to many, and hope her work will inspire many young members of our community to put pen to paper. What Ferzana has demonstrated today by launching her first book after 5 years of hard work goes to show the level of commitment the young lady has. And I'm sure this is one of many more books to come from her. Keep scribbling, Ferzana. On behalf of Ferzana, once again, I'd like to appreciate and thank all those who are behind Ferzana to make her dream come true. Mrs. Vidya Chandrasekhar, the chief guest and head teacher of Ayurvedic School for gracing today's event. Catholic University of Eastern Africa Fraternity, thank you very much. Muslim Academy teachers and coordinating committee, thank you very much. Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Hamisi, you've done a great job, thank you very much. students from Arya Vedic School and the dance teacher for the cultural dances they have presented before us. Thank you. The Sunni Punjabi organization. I'm sure Ferzana's family was the biggest support for her to do this project. And last but not least, you, the guests who have made time and effort to attend this launch. We have all heard about Ferzana's good work. Her book, Wild Hearts of Savannah, is on sale on the side of the hall and is retailing at 2,000 shillings. I request you all to support this budding writer who has a bright future ahead of her. Once again, thank you all for joining us, and to celebrate the launch of Ferzana Cocker's Wild Hearts of Savannah, kindly purchase a copy to support her and give her encouragement. Thank you very much, everybody.
This one. Hi. Thank you so much. Buy one. Take them. They're in the value market. I'm taking a picture.
And we are very impressed, and now we purchased the book, and we hope to be even more impressed once we read the book.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it was very well done, and she has made the whole Asian community very proud, honestly. We are looking forward to the next step, which she has decided to make a movie or a play.
Ferzana has done a wonderful job by writing a book at a very early stage of her life, and we all wish her all the best to continue this process of writing, because it's the best way of conveying one's feeling and message across the world. I wish her again best of luck in our next venture.